Now, I will say that when I was in the church and I read this passage, it brought me a lot of comfort because as a Christian, I felt like I was special and favored by God. I was in his hands. He had me. He was protecting me. He loved me. And, my fate was set. It was being molded by God. But when I started questioning Christianity, when I started thinking more about my beliefs, but when I started questioning Christianity, when I started thinking more about my beliefs, but then I came to a point where I realized that I am not a piece of clay, that I wasn't being accurately described by these biblical texts. I'm not just a lump of clay. If I was just a lump of clay, then sure, God could do whatever he wanted with me and it would be no problem. Maybe God should have actually created lumps of clay if that's what he wanted. If he wanted beings that he could just shape and mold and do whatever he wanted with, then he should have just become an artist. But it's not about what he can do, it's about what he should do. It's about what he should do. It's about what he should do. I think a good God would value autonomy. I think if God has autonomy and he likes autonomy, then he would understand that his created beings also want and like autonomy. He could have created us without the desire for autonomy, but instead we all have that desire to be free, to be able to live our lives the way we please. Even if you please being a Christian, you have the choice, the freedom to do that. And I think all fate, the ability to do what you do and what you want to do. Fate, the ability to do what you do and what you want to do. What God is doing when he tosses us into hell or punishes us or whatever he does is he's being a toddler with some Play-Doh that won't turn out the way they want it and then just throwing it on the floor because they get really angry that it's not coming together the way they envisioned it. But that's the thing, it's his fault. It's his fault. I'm an artist. And so I just want to remind you today that you are not a lump of clay and everything I do is being shaped and willed by God. But then I came to a point where I realized